So I remember at that time, Bob still maintained his relationship with all the different artists and producers. And Eddie F, my brother, he contacted Bob and asked him to if he would help run his company, that Untouchables, and like the GM. And Bob started there and introduced me to Eddie. And Eddie was just again another just a real humble guy, focused, incredible, producer, mentor. And Bob was like, "Look, I'm gonna do this, but I really am. I'm doing my own thing too. Can you help me out with that?" And Eddie was like, "Man, who do you need? What do you need?" And he's like, "Well, I at least want the back of your producers, because Eddie had Untouchable, all the top guys, Dave Hall, yeah, Kenny Smooth, all these producers, Spunk Bigger, all these producers that was hitting, and all the record companies wanted to work on their artists." It's like, "All right, well, we're gonna do something for my boys." And so nobody's biting yet, whatever. So we went and did some demos. And we did a demo with my guy Kenny Smooth, Kenny Cornegay, who did Case and Changing Faces.
Mm.
And he's just dope producer. And a song, Calling Out Your Name. And Bob contacted Cassandra Mills, who was
Giant
responsible for
Records.
Jade and
Mm.
Giant Records. She's the queen, and she did Color Me Bad, New Jack City. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a legend. And she met with us in a hotel room way up above New York City. We sat there. Bob sat there. Cassandra. We sung for her. She stopped us. She said, "All right, we're doing the deal. You got some Untouchables producers. You can do some production. Boom, boom, boom. Deal done." Let me tell you something. Your boy, when he got back down to the streets of New York, your boy was weeping, because we from Charleston to that, uh, sleeping in the Greyhound station, doing whatever to doing this. It happened, and within a year, as Bob promised, and that was the launch pad for everything to come. Was It started as a group. It was not, it's funny because we started as a group. That didn't work, so I thought I was going to be a songwriter. The next thing you know, we're a group again. It's a weird cyclical thing that I didn't understand, but I just rolled with it.
Mm.
And the fun part is, after all that, it went back to songwriting and production. Essentially, we got a deal, and right soon after, Giant shut down.
Ah,
Yep. Yep. Cassandra
yes.
could, I mean, she would tell you the whole story. So Giant shut down,
Mm.
and our deal was shelved, along with all the, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
we didn't come out yet. We did everything. We had the record, we did the photo shoots. We had
Wow.
all the promo. We had people. We
Wow.
had, Dave, Eddie, Kenny. We had the whole Untouchables crew.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
yeah, it was something. But so I'm gonna segue into one more thing, and I'm gonna shut up and you
No,
take
no,
it.
no, keep.
So in that experience, though, two things happened. Uh, my relationship with Eddie started, and I didn't realize it. We knew each other from Bob, and he was very welcoming. I remember him having this showcase at his house. He invited Bob, and it was for Untouchables. But he invited Bob and me and my brothers to come. We did a little performance. I'm playing drums, and my boys, and they welcomed us. He had all these artists. One of the artists was, again, I didn't know at the time, was a group that Donnell Jones was in. They were all there, and open arms. So we became cool, but from a distance. He's rocking the whole wide world, and I'm just whatever. I'm hopeful, but also at the time, Buddy White and another guy were stepping into production and writing, and intro was blown up. Like, man,
Ah.
intro was the hit.
Mm.
And so I heard one of the songs. I was like, "Oh, the song is so dope." So they produced a song for Redbone, and me and Buddy formed a friendship that to this day.
Mm.
So all that happened, and but the deal felt, everything got shelved, and then I was guess where? Back in Charleston again.
Ah.
So yeah,
You know what
and
is
then
interesting? Yeah, it's interesting about because I've interviewed Donnell twice, and he spoke about he
yeah,
and his group going to Eddie's house,
yeah,
and I think
yeah,
someone put a hole in his wall, and they were playing,
yeah,
and he kicked them all, he kicked everyone out, but got
yeah,
Donnell
yeah.
back
I
because
remember.
oh, you remember
I
that?
remember that. I definitely was there. That's crazy. Yeah,
Because
yeah,
because Donnell said he was always always producing and always working, and everyone else was
yeah,
playing, and so he got called back and
yeah.
stuff. Then also speaking to Buddy, talking about how Eddie F did a showcase just playing all their music, and it was how everyone was bidding and stuff for that. So
I'm
it's
telling
interesting
you, man.
hearing the story from the other side, from both
Yeah,
Buddy and also from Donnell about Eddie and about that experience.
I'm. It is the nucleus, and it was like that. The entire that entire community. Bob, one of the first places Bob took us to was Mark. Was Corey Rooney had a studio, so it was Mark Morales, R.I.P. You
Mm,
know, and Corey Rooney, and they were producing. You know, they had done Mary J. Blige, so
yeah.
they was out of here, and they were working on Father MC at the time. So we went to the
Mm,
studio. You know, we sung, we did the whole thing, and they were cool. But that that whole world, everybody's connected. And
mm,
Eddie was it was definitely, you know, he was the dude, and it was that all the artists were able to it's so funny, Donnell, you know, that's really true. He was always working like that. And I guess that's what happened with me. Like me and my brothers were doing our thing, but I was always labbing. I was always in that lab, you know, like I was obsessed. And what happens is that ends up parting things. It's not that, you know, the groups, everybody does their thing. I could tell you that's what happened with Pink. You know, I know Pink. She was in a group, but
no
she
choice, yeah.
was, you know, okay. So, oh
Yeah.
man, we go all day.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But also check out the membership, which is a good way of getting some exclusive videos and actually long videos from day one. But thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.